Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll show you a horror film, NEKROMANTIC 1987. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie starts with a middle-aged woman who pulls her undergarment down to take a leak in the middle of the meadow. Only the deafening silence and the unpleasant darkness surround the night. After relieving herself, she hops in the vehicle as her husband rambles about getting lost. Shortly after, a car recklessly rolls over the road, resulting in a horrifying accident that leads the couple to their unforeseen death. The following day, an agency called Joe's Street Cleaning Agency and its workers arrive at the accident location. To remove the debris and fears from accidents, the workers clean the area so the masses won't feel unsettled about the mishaps. They quickly pick up the couple's body, searching every hole and cranny to seize the shattered body of the casualties. One can conclude that the death scene is not a pleasant display. With blood illuminating the total devastation, the middle-aged woman's body becomes divided into pieces, while her husband's right eye gruesomely detaches from the body. Limbs get separated, and the deformation of the vehicle only assures fatality. Surprisingly, one of the workers secretly steals the corpse's eyeball for his interest and unusual pleasure. With this, we can validly infer that the worker, who stole the organ, appears to be a necrophiliac. Necrophilia, a condition wherein a person is attracted to a corpse or a dead body. Upon arriving at his apartment, the necrophiliac man carefully places the eyeball he stole in a jar filled with water. He gracefully stares at the newest decoration, together with the other organs such as heart, limbs, and liver sealed in a jar. Having these desires, the job he chooses is quite favorable, as he can have the opportunity to connect with dead bodies. The necrophiliac man's girlfriend also shares the same aberration. Contemplating their grotesque collection becomes their ultimate satisfaction, and their definition of unconventional heaven. On the same day, the girlfriend takes a warm bath in a tub, filled with blood and human tissues. Meanwhile, the necrophiliac man is busy watching the television, discussing ways to overcome various phobias. A few minutes later, he dozes off to sleep. Rarely did he dream before, but he is visioning a man slitting a rabbit's throat, squeezing its poor neck until lifeless. As the dream continues, the man hangs the animal upside down, peeling its fur skin off. In essence, it seems like the necrophiliac man's dream is not just a random one, but something from his memory that he does not want to forget. Perhaps this spurs his fascination for cadavers, and becomes his gateway to start having a peculiar inclination to dead bodies. In a moment, an older man with his bottles of beer is hunting birds in an old-fashioned backyard. Drunk and dizzy, the old man cannot seem to aim and hit his target appropriately. While this is happening, a teenage boy harvests green apples in a neighborhood where the older man is close by. The teenager carefully balances himself on a wooden ladder as he clinches the apples from the tree. Minutes later, the older man loses his calculation and happens to shoot the teenager's neck, killing him instantly. The defenseless teenager cluelessly falls flat onto the ground, alongside the basket of freshly picked green apples he just harvested. Worried about the outcome of his negligence, the older man promptly grabs a wheelbarrow. In an instant, without further ado, he loads it with the teenage boy's dead body, then throws it off in a pond nearby. Weeks pass by, the agency receives a call about a body found in a lake. Without hesitations, the workers prepare for yet another cleaning at the crime scene. The rotting corpse happens to be the teenager's dead body. With barely unrecognizable form, the cadaver is already dark, and is nothing but a skeleton waiting to get buried. Nevertheless, the cleaning incident reveals a secret intention from the necrophiliac's mind. As the other agency workers clean in the area, the necrophiliac man exhibits excitement for his mania. Right after he steals the dead body to satisfy his and his girlfriend's strange urge, the ecstatic necrophiliac man returns home with a present for his girlfriend. As he showcases the decaying cadaver, the necrophiliac man's girlfriend wastes no time and prepares themselves for a pleasurable diversion. Fascinated, the lovers lie in bed with the corpse naked. The worker's girlfriend inserts a steel pipe at the crotch area of the corpse, which serves as a flagpole of manliness. With her welcoming thighs, she is ready to open and register the pinnacle for potential heaven. She rides it like an equestrian straddling on the hard pole, and can't even prevent her voice from escaping. Meanwhile, the worker explicitly positions himself, playing the corpse's eye with his tongue, tasting its crust until he appeases his lust. Both are touching the dead body, embracing its hard exterior as if there's no tomorrow. Thirsty for the dead body's ecstasy, The couple shows no hesitation as they tongue massage the corpse. Never do they regret stealing it from the agency, nor are they doubtful of what they are doing. For them, this feels right in a nirvana, like they met to experience this. With no efforts from the steady corpse, the lovers get crazier, fulfilling their erotic hunger to the highest level. The room brings up insanity and delight for the necrophiliac couple. Quenching each thirst of excitement makes every second worth it, especially now that the dead body is starting to fall apart. Subsequently, the couple must satisfy not only their erogenous appetite, but their tummies as well. As they eat dinner, the corpse is hung on the wall with 2 plates under it, just when blood starts dripping from it. A day after, the other agency workers find out the stinky smell coming from their necrophiliac worker's locker, so they inform the manager about this scenario. Not only does the manager get pissed about the complaints, but he also wants to fire the worker as soon as he can. Wasting no time, the manager decides to talk to the necrophiliac man, to let him know his smell and lack of motivation to do the job. Long story short, the worker hopelessly gets fired from the job. As this happens, the necrophiliac man's girlfriend passionately bonds with the cadaver again. She reads a love story with such obsession while cuddling with it. Additionally, the way she stares at the corpse entails love, as if her world revolves around it. As soon as the necrophiliac man gets home, he tells his girlfriend the bad news of being fired and jobless. The girlfriend angrily complains about the life she will have if he remains unemployed. Moreover, the girlfriend worries about the next dead body, before their current corpse gets rotten. She hates her boyfriend's incompetence, which leads her to an unexpected decision. When the night falls, the girlfriend brings the cadaver, and leaves the apartment. With all these unfavorable circumstances, the poor necrophiliac discerns the mistake of getting a corpse. With such disappointment, the worker realizes that his girlfriend now prefers to luxuriate the lustful realm with a skeleton. Considering this, the necrophiliac man starts losing his mind. He burns her girlfriend's picture with such longingness, and looks at his cat. After a few minutes of bonding with the pet, he mercilessly ends its life by striking it in the wall. Subsequently, he soaks himself in the bathtub, acting like a dead with the cat's blood all over it. At this point, he loses everything, and he wants to do something to forget. He begins rubbing the tissues of the cat to his body and takes a bite. Sleepless is in his eyes, and so is his empty soul as he stares into nothingness. As a coping mechanism to his dilemma, the necrophiliac man drives away to go and watch a slasher movie in the cinema. Once there, he tries to enjoy the chasing yet provocative scenes on the screen. The projector shows a part in which a sociopath is hunting a blonde girl. Apparently, the show does not give the necrophiliac man the gratifying sensation he wants to feel. The cinema also depicts cruelty and obsession as to how the sociopath undresses and stabs the blonde girl's melons. A little later, the other moviegoers are starting to feel the sudden outburst of arousal in the 4 corners, whereas the worker feels apathetic. Everyone is making out, attempting to sneak their intoxicating hormones while watching. Witnessing all of these, the necrophiliac man makes his way out, clouded with an avalanche of negative thoughts. When the necrophiliac man reaches his apartment, he attempts to kill himself by drinking whiskey and shoving pills in his mouth all at once, thinking this could end the pain. The suicide attempt is the only way to get out of the misery, but it remains unsuccessful. Not long after, he tries to escape the nostalgia and falls asleep. He is with a lady dressed in white during his dream, dancing in the middle of a dazzling meadow. It portrays a paradise with a ground full of grass and a melodious breeze. The sun is golden, and it's brighter than ever. However, beneath the calming and harmonious atmosphere entails a connection with a skeleton head. Strange enough, they are tossing and playing the skeleton head, presuming that it's a ball. When he suddenly awakens from the dream, he leaves the apartment to accomplish the yearning. Only the moon is with the necrophiliac man when he arrives at a notorious place of female sex workers. Thereby, he hires a sex worker to join his loneliness, and aims to enter his sword to the lady's available paradise. Upon heading to a desolate cemetery, the sex worker instantly pulls down her underwear, to reveal her narrow hole of humanity. She then invites the necrophiliac's masculinity to get inserted, for her to experience the alluring sentimentality. Things are starting to go dull, because the necrophiliac man is dissatisfied with the sex worker's performance. In an instant, the worker strangles the lady, which results in her last breath, and touches the cold ground. This time, he knows that fulfilling his urge using her lifeless body will be much more of a thrill than her being alive. Above all, he is attracted to having intercourse with dead bodies, more than anyone else. Next, he wakes up beside the dead sex worker and a gardener, shockingly staring at them. Anxious that the gardener would take legal actions against the crime, the worker grabs the shovel, then hits the gardener with all his might. After such a forceful attempt, the gardener's head slices into two, while blood squirts all over the place. Granted the incident, the worker rapidly runs away, and escapes from his dreadful behavior. The movie ends with the necrophiliac man's gruesome attempt to kill himself, after all the tragic events he has undergone. With a knife in his hands, he tightly sticks it in his stomach. Next to that, he starts stabbing it back and forth, and blood starts to emerge. Regret is never visible on his emotionless face. While he is gradually dying, he discharges his fluid of unfulfilled passion, using his left hand to relieve it as usual. Never does he assume that a strange desire could lead to his demise. Moments later, while his eyes start drooping down, the scenes of the rabbit being killed flash in his unconscious mind. Nevertheless, is in reverse, from being peeled off to being alive. Now we could infer that this is an allegory of why the necrophiliac man suddenly loves corpses. He solely believes and thinks that they are just the same as alive ones, only much quieter and more obedient. When the necrophiliac man is already in the grave resting at utmost peace, a scene suddenly arises wherein a foot of a woman in black high heels and stockings digs up the grave. However, the mysterious woman remains unknown. Perhaps it's the girlfriend finding another corpse to get obsessed with, or another woman with the same spooky attachment to dead bodies. Indeed, the movie depicts its central theme known as necrophilia. The mutual thirst for any cadavers gives rise for the film to showcase arousal manifestation and unconventional erotic demonstration. With this movie, we can surmise how the horizons of pleasure can be interpreted and gestured in their rarest and rawest form. With its brave displays of gruesome killings and intercourse, some countries choose to ban the said movie, known as NEKROMANTIC. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.